update. Excited to be here because there are a lot of things happening right now in the market with interest rates, with buyers, and it's the time of the year where people start slowing down in terms of buyer activity. So I want to pack a punch in what's going to be delivered for you today. There is a lot to talk about in this market. We have got stats that compare compared to last week's numbers, and we've also got numbers comparing month to month. We've got that for Ada County, Eagle, Star, and Eagle, Middleton. So we're gonna dive into all of that there is right now. Let us go to some of these stats. I usually have the help of Gene. We had some technical difficulties. This is round 5. I want to see if I can get into some of these stats when I show all of Ada County here. So let's break this down. When I look at Ada County, so if the right column is today, December 2022, the left column is December 2021. Actually, it's just a misprint there. So there were 1 active listings when we took a snapshot. Okay, actually that's an incorrect. That's actually an incorrect data point there. Let's just look at the sold data. Let's look on line 3 here. When we look at line 3, all solds, 965. We've cut that in half to 513. When you go to, let's see, put those back up there again. Yeah, okay. When we look at the 4th line there, median days on market, we've got 31 days. So we've doubled since the 2021, that green column there that says December 2022. It's actually 2021. So we've doubled the days on market from last month. Just from a month ago, we've gone up 8 days, median days on market. I was just touring a home today with a guy and he said, hey, what do I do in this price market? Do I need to jump now? It's like, well, you don't want to say take it easy, but you also don't want to say, paint an incorrect picture and say, hey, people are just coming out of the woodwork and buying these things, so you have to buy right away. It takes some communication, realtor to realtor. That is me to the listing agent for the buyers. And a lot of you guys who join me are from out of state and are buyers. But you got to take a look at the cool stats is that we are decreasing in price right now, which is great. If I had took a rough estimate, I get asked this question a lot. What's the market like in terms of average sales price? Quick guesstimate is 10 to 15%. This shows less than that, but it really depends on the area, whether it's Meridian, whether it's Eagle, whether it's Southeast Boise, Middleton, wherever it is. Those last 2 lines are just kind of fun stats to track, and highest sold price. We have one that was sold for $1,000 per square foot a year ago. Oh, can I get those up again? And then we have one that this month it sold for $3.85 at $341 a square foot. And lowest sale price I think is actually very interesting because it tells you where the floor is, right? The floor at 175 in Ada County. Pretty cool. So let's do the same thing, Gene. If you can show me the first 3 lines on Eagle. The first 2 lines are a little deceiving because of a couple factors that's my fault, Gene. I told you incorrectly. So if we take the first 3 lines, all sold, if we go sold in Eagle compared to year over year, decrease, not half, but probably 40% there. And then compared to last month, decrease. So pause the screen right here. Keep the screen where it's at, Gene. I want to, or you can throw it side by side. Because I want to talk to you if you're thinking about listing, if you're thinking about buying, if you're thinking about selling. Here's some good stats to keep track of. And I wish I would have. I didn't provide the stat to Gene, who provides all the images here. There's one stat I have that shows showing time tracks where buyers are. Buyers if we kind of take this line and it's like October, November, December, and all of a sudden it spikes January, February, March, April, May, June, July, and all these does a spike in January and a spike in March, and everything else is kind of steady, and then all of a sudden it kind of tells at the end to December, and it goes to January again. And that's important to know because if the buyers are waiting right now, they're waiting on interest rates, but historically they're waiting for January for all the holiday shopping to be done, and they're waiting for all the hustle and bustle to be done, and then it's like a light switch. All of a sudden, after New Year's Eve, it's just a completely different new year, new start, and all of a sudden we've forgotten that we just spent thousands of dollars on Christmas, and they're ready to buy houses again, and shoppers show up. I have numerous buyers doing this waiting game. I have 3 sellers right now, 3 different weekends in January lining up to sell their home. It's because I'm a strong believer in it. I don't want to force them to wait. All three of these, two of them could have waited. 2 out of 3 could have waited till January. And I wanted to make sure that I'm giving them the best chance. And the best chance for them is the highest demand. Remember, all the interest rates, all the movers from California, all the politics are only to aid supply and demand. Prices are only determined by supply and demand. Everything is a factor of such. And so when the buyer demand goes up for whatever reason, prices should as well. Whether that means holding the list price, or whether that means less days on the market, or that means multiple offers, the market should stay a little stronger. Let's pull back to the fourth line on Eagle, if that's all right. And guys, of course, I'd love to hear. Ooh, here we go. I do have a well. Bring me the questions. Mike Rusty says December, November, December. It says yes. So Mike, on those, let's bring up Eagle, and I'll explain this again. Our fault. Eagle says December 2022 in green. That is supposed to be December 2021. So just use your imagination to take the green 2 and make it a 1. Median days on market, guys, check this out. 12 to 57. That's nearly a 5x. That's more than a 4.5x. And so that is a huge factor. Now, it's also something to note. You need to know your price, right? When you're listing your home, you need to know your price and stand firm in that price. You don't need to lower your price unless it's priced incorrectly. Eagle, a year ago, $900,000, rounded up $1,000, compared to now $825. Eagle's like this, though. Eagle, because we only have a sample data of 45 sold, Eagle can really be, if there was a couple in there that went for 3 or 4 million, which is the luxury market's actually holding strong in Eagle. If it was going like this, and you have a couple spikes here, that brings the average up. Eagle can 825 is lower. It's usually about an 8.5 to 925 spread, and you can see November's a little higher on that. You can see December's right in there from 2021. 825 is a little lower. Show us those last 2 lines. These are fun to compare. Let's see where the floor is at for Eagle. I bet you it's what, 325, 321. And it was a year ago at 405. Huge. That's a 25% decrease in the drop. That's where they're feeling it in Eagle. The highest sold price, these are the 2 same homes from Ada County. So these were both from Eagle. Let's show this same chart, Jane, starting on all solds for the city of, let's go Meridian. Bring me your questions. Tell me where you're watching from. We have good, I can see who's watching. I just see numbers. I can't see who. If I haven't met you, or I have met you, I'd love who's watching and where you're from. If you don't mind putting in the chat, that's awesome. And then if you have any questions about the market that we're in, or if you're thinking about selling or thinking about buying, what's the market like? I was talking to my lender the other day, and he says I have 2 lenders I'll send you to. And one of them was saying that sees something I see, and there's all these realtors, no one that he really knows well, but and someone that I know a little bit. And there's a realtor, every time you talk to him, it's always the best time to buy and sell, always the best time. And I'm like, man, now is actually the best time to buy, because prices are down and interest rates are up a tick, which only means you can refi later, right? And so now is a fantastic time to buy. When you mathematically, when the market's going up, you do get more out of your home equity. But if everything goes up by the same percentage, then that home you're buying has also gone up. And most people move up, they don't move down. The best time to move down is in a rising market. The best time to move up is in a declining market. So let's pull those stats up again real quick. All right, all solds, way less, about a 33% decrease on the solds. Median days on market, more than a 2x. And the, it just goes to show it's consistent with what we've been seeing with Ada County and also with Eagle as well. Let's go to median sold price. Probably around the 575. Let's see what it says for December 22. So 575 a year ago, 527 now. And then let's see the floor on Meridian, 300,000. That should be able to go lower as well. And then the highest sold price in Meridian, let's guess 2.2. Drum roll, please. Close. 2.125. A year ago, 2.85, and in November, 2.9. Complete guess. Those can really differ. If that November home would have sold, had a longer escrow, it could have sold in December. If it was a build job from 9 months ago and finally closed, it could have sold in December. So that's a total guess. Let's bring up Middleton, my hometown. Middleton, let's go. Guys, if you have any questions, put those in the chat. If you have any comments, or if you're love to know where you're watching from as well. Keeps this this monologue a little bit more vibrant. Let's pull up Middleton and see where we're at. Middleton, and then just go to the first 3 rows, please. So sold numbers, we went from 50 a year ago, 42 a month ago, and 30 now. Not quite a 50% decrease. Median days of market, look at that. It's almost a 6x. That's incredible. The median days of market in 1 month is a 2x. Holy mackerel. Jackson, California. Where's Jackson at? Mike Reste, where's Jackson at? Median sold price went up. Okay. Median sold price went up, but that's what happens when you have only 30 listings, a little bit less of a sample size. $595. That's a good, healthy price. It's a very good, healthy price. That's higher than Meridian. Lowest price, the floor should be lower, $265. I wouldn't be surprised if we see something next month lower from someone getting contract under December. And then the highest sold price at $1.6 million. That's cool. It's great. It's good stuff. December 2021 is fixed. December 22 in the yellow. Last city, let's go to Star. All right, bring it up, Star. Star, of course, is located west of Eagle. Eagle is located north of Meridian, north of the Boise River. Solds way down, almost a 60-70% decrease, and a decrease from last month as well. Bob from Manila, good morning. Good evening from here. Thanks for coming on. You are the true and faithful YouTube live watcher. Thank you for being here. Let's go to the median days on market. This is probably a 4 to 6x as well. No. Okay, this is good. Okay, so median days on market went from 27 to 42. From a month ago, that's a 3.5x. But from a year ago, that's not even a 2x. That's pretty cool. So good stuff. And that's good to compare year over year because December slower. January will be slower because January is showing December's contracts. Median sold price, $567, right in there with last year at $550. When you only have 32 solds, the data gets different a little bit. Lowest sold price, $375. You're going to see lower. You're going to see lower than that in Star. Star's got some areas that could bring lower. Highest price 1.3 essentially compared to 1.7. Good deal. Cool. Let's take a look at the current interest rates. We pulled these from ICCU. ICCU is some of the cheapest in the valley, but they're not the cheapest. The 2 guys I go to are cheaper. If we go to a 30-year fixed rate, 6.25. I just put someone under contract this week at 5.25. We had the seller pay down the closing costs, which is very normal. I hope you guys are aware of that. Right now, if you buy a home, we go to the lender and we ask, if we can buy down the rate anymore. And if you can, then you ask what's going to cost because there's a certain formula they use to buy down a point. It's 1/4 point, and it's based on the loan amount. And you can buy down the rate. We don't buy it down. The seller buys it down. And the seller, that way they can get us a lower payment and they can just take a small level hit. They gave us $8,200. And what happens is use the $8,200 to reduce their payment by about $100 a month. $8,200 to reduce their payment by about $100 a month, I think it was. We got their rate down to 5.25. I kid you not, 5.25 in December 2022. That house will close January 5th. Pretty cool. 5.25. So when I say we're lower, we are lower. ICCU gives you a good idea. They're pretty up to date, but we got lower. Let us talk about the pros and cons of buying in December. I think I already basically touched on that, but I want to review that real quick just again. Thanks for scrolling on the bottom. We have, if you want to reach me, 208-213-2092. That is a call or text number, and my email, brian@brianhummus.com. And then brianhummus.com/buy is my process. If you are looking to buy in Boise Valley, really there's no greater compliment that I received from you guys than a call, text, or email asking me to help you guys in that process. These lives, these videos I make are for you to enjoy. And the bonus on top is when we become friends through business. And I hope you guys become Idahoans. It is your dream. My dream is to help in that process because Idaho is the best place to be. We are definitely a red state. We take pride in that. love making people's dreams of Idaho come true. And it smells like America up here. It's strong. There are some things that we're not perfect. There's definitely no perfection here, but we do love the red state that is Idaho and how it helps you guys chase and become part of the Idahoan dream. So advantages are seller concessions, less competition, lower prices right now. And you can refi that. You can call refi a bone. I'd say it's a negative because you have to do a process again, but the positive comes from you get in a lower price now and refi later. We don't guarantee because we don't control the markets, but take your chances that the interest rates will be lower soon. Cons right now are people are scared as the market's still coming. I have one seller who thinks they're going to sell now because they think 20% more dip is coming. Who I listen to, economists, feds. What I see is I don't think we're going to see a huge dip in the housing market any much more than we have. I would not be surprised if this recession that we're in does continue, but I would see much of the non-essential items fall off. Statistically speaking, guys, even in a bad year, 10 to 15% of the population sells or buys a home. Bad or good market. Add the people that are fleeing from being political refugees into Idaho, and you've got a demand on this place. Remember, supply and demand are the things that control this market. So we are super, I'm super bullish on the opportunities that are here in real estate. I wouldn't call this a bull market, but I am very bullish. And jaded, skewed, whatever you want to call. I feel very, very positive about the Boise's housing market. If I lived in Central California, let's say, I don't know, I would not be as confident. I am very confident because I see and talk and hear those who are moving from California to escape. Tyler, what's up, man? Thanks for joining us. Tyler's your man for all things solar. I'd like to give him a shout out because we are buds. And he owns Idaho's largest. Tyler, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm going to give you a good shout. Idaho's largest owned Idaho solar company. They do the cells, the installs, the whole kit and caboodle. Awesome customer service. Official partner of the Boise State Broncos. Local package there. So we like to support local. Bob says be careful listening to the Fed. They cannot be trusted. Fed's super powerful, right? Super powerful. But what we do know is we can't listen to them in terms of what they're doing. We have to listen to that. If they raise 50 basis points, 75 basis points, we don't always. If the Fed raises rates, do we raise rates? No, it does not mean that at all. Long story short is a lot of times when Fed raises the rates, the housing market follows. Not all the time. That's not what happened just a week ago. Fed raised, housing lowered. So mortgage rates lowered. There's reasons for that. Stuff that I don't understand 100%, but the stuff that I do understand is that, to put it simple for everyone, is that the mortgage market is predicting what the market's going to be when that loan closes. And so if they're off in their estimations, then they get to correct in a different way and they get to provide lower rates. So can you note Tyler's contact information for my future build? Yes, Tyler, feel free to put your name and number or website in there for Bob. Bob is very interested, once he gets back from the Philippines, interested in the Emmett area. Tyler lives about 20 minutes from the Emmett area. We got a team all over the valley, all over the valley. So, guys, with no more further questions, that is a good update on the market. Awesome time. Tyler at homesolar.com. I love it. I'm going to look through my notes. We prepared for this little, something cool that's happened in Boise real quick. Micron. I want to read this about Micron. City of Boise has received the first batch of applications that Micron has submitted for a project that is anticipated to have an influence much beyond the company's premises. Micron's campus is huge. It's located in Southeast Boise. It is absolutely huge. The project's central feature is a new microchip fab. In other words, like a fabrication plant. It will cover around 1.2 million square miles. That's only one floor. That's equivalent more of 20 football fields. This thing's going to be gigantic. It's going to be, let's see. That's equivalent to more than 20 football fields or 10 times the size of the Ford Idaho Center area in Nampa. The 4-story building's gross square footage is 4.85 million square feet. Goodness gracious. Micron expects that by 20 initiative will deliver to Boise more than 2,000 direct Micron employees and 17,000 additional jobs. Guys, there's one stat that says, I tell people this all the time. That the Boise Valley, some statisticians think that Boise Valley is going to have 300,000 people over the next 10 years from 2020 to 2023. It's opportunities like this. It's a tax code they've implemented. There's companies from Chicago coming here. Mike has said Meta is coming here. Meta is not going to be huge. It's going to be mostly a data servers is what I hear. Not a lot of people. But we are experiencing large growth and supply and demand. Why are people moving here? Guys, most of you that are watching this are what I call political refugees. I stole that term from a builder. I absolutely love it. And you are looking for more freedom in your life. The beach is cool. And going to Disneyland is cool, but I promise you can still go there once, twice, thrice a year from Boise with a quick flight, and you can still have freedom 49 out of 52 weeks out of the year. It makes for a great spot for a first home. If you have any questions, or if you're getting your plans here ready, I had somebody who contacted me after this last live, and they said they're moving in 2 years, and we're up in town. We want to visit, and we want to go see homes. Great, we did it. They're not necessarily looking to buy this second. They would if they had the right chance, but if you're looking at putting a plan together, I want to put you on the easy 1, 2, 3 buying process, guys. It's tried, tested through and through. A quick Zoom call, quick phone call to a Zoom call until you guys come up here looking at homes. This is the most. I promise you, if you do it, you'll be blessed immensely with extra time in your hands, because it'll save you weeks and weeks and weeks of headaches and going and visiting homes and coming back and saying, "Oh shoot, we need to regroup." All my questions up front are geared towards making your process easy, 1, 2, 3 buying process. And I promise you, that's what it is. If you follow that, get in contact, Brian@brianharris.com, or my phone number, 208-213-2092. It's on your screen. And I would look forward to hearing from you, because there's no greater compliment that you guys give to me than to hear from you. So next video is coming out soon. I dearly and sincerely appreciate your support. And around this holidays, when feel super blessed. Feel super blessed to be in the position we're in here in good old Middleton, Idaho. A lot of you guys are trying to chase that dream. I feel blessed to have you guys. I really do. You guys put bread on the table, and I got to do it by doing something I love. And just want to say Merry Christmas. I think my people, I find that people who watch me and follow me come to know, like, and trust me through watching these. And I'll get to see you guys until you come to Boise or through the Zoom call. But most of us are very, very, very like-minded. And it is a pleasure to know you. It's a pleasure to get paid to do this the way I do. And I just want to say thank you from my heart, from my wife's heart, from our family's heart, from Brian Hyman's Real Estate. That's from Gene, Jen, L, Walter, the whole crew. And I want to say thank you from all of us, from us to you. Have a Merry Christmas. May Christ be at the center of your lives, and have a Happy New Year. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe while you're at it. And we'll see you next time on the next live on the first Tuesday, January 2nd at 7 p.m. Mountain. And until next time, Merry Christmas.